All right. All right. So today is the 25th of February, 2024. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a video about LaPortia from Housewives, her divorce. But at the last minute, I decided that I want to do a video about women. I'm gonna judge three women that I was in a relationship with. My ex-girlfriend Ebony, my ex-girlfriend Crystal, my ex-girlfriend LaFrancis. I'm gonna tell y'all about those three women, and I'm gonna tell y'all about those three women because those three women were the top of the communications narrative. Let me say that again. Those three women were at the top of the communications narrative. Now, what do I mean by the communications narrative? I am and because of what I do for a living, y'all, I talk to about 20 clients a week. And what I gathered is the start of the end of a relationship. And the start of the end of the relationship is communication. Not communication is never the man. Let me say that again. It's never the man. And I want to be clear about something. Very seldom do I get a deadbeat that calls me up for help. So I deal with the men. I don't deal with the players. I deal with the men, and the men are the ones that's going through the custody issues because that's what men do. All right. So I want to take heed that if anybody collected enough information to talk about this, yours truly. Now, are you serious? Wow. Now, once again, today is the 25th of February, 2024. I had an individual tell me that, hey man, my wife and I was talking about you. And don't get offended, but we think you're autistic. We think you're level one, but we think you're autistic. And he started laughing to try and bring me in on thinking that I was going to be offended. But it wasn't the first time somebody said to me, hey man, I think you're kind of autistic a little bit. And so here's what I mean. If you remember the movie Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise, the Dustin Hoffman was fully autistic at that time. They didn't have. I don't think they had the name of all. I think they was just finding the name autistic, realizing what it was. But I want you to just pay specific to this part here. Remember the time when he was like, "You're gonna get You want something to eat, Ray?" Yeah, yeah. And he was like, yeah, yeah, pizza on Tuesdays. Tuesdays we have pizza. And he was like, you're not getting pizza. We're getting such and such. He was like, pizza on Tuesdays. And they're like, not getting pizza. Ah! Ah! He was doing that. That's kind of how like I am. Um, I've had two police officers tell me, Mr. Smith, you need to learn how to lie. I had a woman in the past say to me when I was about 31 or 32, she was like 47, and she said, Chris, you're always going to have problems with women. And when she said that, of course, I got offended. She said, the reason why you always going to have problems with women is because you don't lie. She said, Chris, no woman is going to believe you when you tell them the truth. Women think that men lie to them specifically to get pussy. She said, Chris, you don't lie. You're always going to have problems with women. I have met guys that was, I have seen, excuse me, guys that just was reckless, met that good woman. They had to lie to the woman because they knew they was outside of their class. And then once they tell the woman the truth about the lie, that is, their relationships soar. What did I just say? Once that female knows that that man has lied to them, the relationship soars. What I have gathered in myself, not my clients, I've noticed that they need wiggle room. They need time to be sassy. Space to be sassy. They want to, I was dating Jennifer Lopez's cousin for about 3 weeks, and she said women supposed to press a man's buttons. I said, well, mines are connected to a nuclear bomb. So I wanted to tell you guys that about me first because number one, I can't do wrong. If we're in a relationship, I am owed a certain amount of things that I have never gotten. People, I'm gonna tell you guys here today on February 25th, 2024, that I've told I have never been a woman's first. Women meet me and it's like my friends, my this sisters, that. There ain't a man on this planet that will accept second. And women will talk, and they think that they're being good to you. They can be the best thing in the world to you. They can be give you things you need. Come to your house and see insufficiency and fix that right. But then turn around and say, well, XYZ comes before you, and don't realize that and now everything that you are and you did meant nothing. So once again, I told you I'm gonna tell y'all about 3 of my girlfriends in the order in which they rank. In third place, Crystal Holman. Y'all heard me talk about Crystal Holman a lot of times in my videos. Me and Crystal talk about 5 times a week now. She calls me up. She's trying to get back in. I helped her understand that that's not going to happen. We just talked yesterday, and that's why I'm doing this video today. Crystal Holman had no sass. Crystal Holman answered every question that I answered. Crystal Holman never deflected. Crystal Holman, only problem that Crystal Holman had is Crystal Holman was a hybrid. She was a street chick and then trying to be a domestic chick. She had 4 sisters. All her sisters were married and had kids. She was the only one single, had her ass out in the streets. She's 55 now. I don't know if you guys were here with me a couple of years back, 5 years to be exact, because she was 50 then. And she was like, I told her when she was 33, I guarantee you'll be 50 years old and still single. And as beautiful as you are, and as most attractive you are, and as bad as your body is. And she asked me, how did you know that at 33 that I would be still single at 50? I told her, because your game is the real you and your love is the game. You heard what I just said? Your game is the real you. Your love is the game. Meaning when you trying to act like you're in a relationship with me and you love me, blah, 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 that's the game. But your game of playing this and all that and being about that street life, and she wasn't no Shaquita, so that's why I pulled back. She wasn't that, but that was the real her. Right now, I get to listen to Crystal Holman say to me things like, she lived with the guy. She's just trying to check in with me to make sure she can't get in. But Crystal told me she didn't know how to cook when we dated. But now she got her man at 55 years old and she's a gourmet chef. And then she said to me one time about a week ago, yeah, my grandmother taught us how to cook. I said, oh, okay. How old was your grandmother when she taught you how to cook? Oh, I was about 8 or 9. I said, yeah. I said, you know how I knew you knew how to cook, even though when we were together, you told me you didn't know how to cook? I said, because when you made stuff, it was 5-star. You didn't make nasty food. She started laughing. And you know what she said to me? Because I told her the game was the real her and her love was the game. She told me after I told her that, because I caught her in a lie some 25 years later, of course, Chris, stop remembering everything. Right. So I'm supposed to just say, hey, look, yeah, I remember I asked you for a tuna sandwich. You never made it for me. I had to curse you out in front of your sisters and your cousin. Well, not curse her out. Talk to her like crap. Put her in her place. Let's just say that. But yeah, you got a guy now. You telling me you making him XYZ beef ribs because they are the best, and I'm making lamb this, that, and I make a mean sweet potato pie and this and all that, and I'm just listening to her laughing because we always video chat. So coming in last place, Crystal Holman. Coming in second, woman that I've dated, LaFrancis. The thing with LaFrancis and I wasn't ready for a relationship when I was with LaFrancis. But LaFrancis, 0 street, 0 game. Of course, she had game. Let me say that. She didn't realize that I knew. And when you go into a woman's house and you see a nice painting, and you be like, that's nice. And she'd be like, my ex-boyfriend bought me that. And then you'd be like, oh, your sofa set is nice. Well, this guy brought me that. And you start tallying up in your head. Ain't nothing in here you brought. So I guess what I mean to you. So that was the only thing that the issue that I had with LaFrancis, and with her, it was simply me. I ain't got too much to say about LaFrancis, but like all three females, none of that sass. I can't deal with women with sass. And no sass. Answered every question when we. Me and LaFrancis never got into an argument. Never ever got into an argument. I can't. I don't know how she would be if it was deflection. Same thing with the number one. The woman is the number one girlfriend that I've ever had was my ex girlfriend Ebony. 1036, and Ebony. Ebony was my number one girl because she, like I said, come in my house, see what I needed, did a whole bunch of things for me. Never sass. Ebony didn't have sass. Um, uh, Answered every question. The problems that her and I had is people. Uh, as I stated, I'm 55 years old. I've never been a woman's number one. Women always want to be the number one. Women always want to be first. They do. Women always want to be first. And what women don't realize is that the very thing that they want to be, they don't seem to know how um, to give that. Um, Women in the black community, the sisterhood is first. Um, and that's how it was with Ebony. Women will come into your life and give you a percentage of them. Well, people, here's the problem that I have with that. I have nobody. I have nothing. I have a dog. So the woman in my life was going to be my everything. I cannot give a woman my everything and all I get is spare change time. And the last thing that we had a conversation texting, and she said she basically, I was offended by her trying to make me appear as though I'm needy, and I'm like, wow, all right, it was nice knowing you, but you know what, this is it. I'm not needy, but I'm gonna refer back to something that I said. I am slightly autistic. I don't think I haven't been diagnosed, but I cannot deal with nothing if it's not the right thing. My mother in 2019 cursed me out like a dog on the street. I haven't spoke to her since. Why? Because that's not right. That's not how a mother talks to a child. That's not how a mother loves a child. It's not right. I don't want to be involved in it. My brother, when he used to cheat on his wife, you know how many times he asked me, yo, call me up and tell my wife you broke down so I can leave the house because I'm going to go with this other chick. I never did it. I don't do that lying stuff. I want no part of it. I had a client 2 weeks ago say, hey, man, I just want my money back, blah, 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 blah. My secretary sent him his money back. He was surprised. I'm not trying to screw nobody over. I am going to give you me, and I'm expected the woman of that I had interest in to give me them. So here is where I stand at on this February 25th, 2025. I know I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. Um, I don't think my love that I have to bring to market, I think my love is the 50s, 60s. I don't think my love is the 70s with the feminist movement, 80s, 90s. And it definitely, my love that I want to bring to market is definitely not for today. I want to honor and worship my woman. I don't think women are built to accept that in the days. I think that social media and today's times got women on some old, I just want to be in a relationship when I want some dick and when I want to feel girly. Other than that, and that's probably 3% of their time. And other than that, I just want to be out. I don't want to answer to nothing. And that's cool. Hey, listen, man, I am a different person than I was 2 months ago. I will not give a woman my phone number. I make sure when I see women, I put my head down. I know I'm not shit to black women. I'm just not. Any other ethnic class of woman would scoop me up and say, you know what? Oh my God, I got a good one. And I'm seeing individuals in relationships and they're dealing with a lot of sass. They're dealing with a lot of fuck shit that I would never ever accept. And so it is. So, hey, listen, those are Those are the top three women that I had in my life, and why, in the order. Coming in third, Crystal. Coming in second, LaFrancis. Coming in first, Ebony. And the reason why, I hope y'all was listening, I got no sass from them. I can't deal. I'm not dealing with deflection. I'm not. Um, if you think you're gonna just, I ask you something and you deflect, conversation's over with, baby. I don't talk in circles. The most funniest thing in the world to do is see a dog chase its tail. I'm not doing that. So, hey, listen, man. I hope y'all learned something from this. I'll catch you guys on the next one.